welcome to my channel today. Let's make the bag that we are seeing on the screen of the live video that we are doing now. So let's make the bag together with you. So I want to cut the pattern for the bag, and if possible, we're going to add the leather that we're going to use. Possible, we'll just cut the pattern for the bag, both the handle and everything about the bag. We're going to cut it together. Then after that, if there is time, then we're going to add the leather that we're going to use. If not, that will be on our next video. So remember, my name is Keneshi Ume Ogoadio, the bag making tutor. So let's go ahead, and cut the pattern for the bag together with you today. So we're looking at the bag, it's like a somehow small big bag. We are going to cut the pattern together with you. Okay. So those are the one that I'm going to use for the bag to cut out the pattern for the bag. So let's go ahead and YouTube channel, go ahead and do so. Then you also hit on notification bell. So each time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. So so the measurements we're going to use today will be, we're not going to make the bag to be more bigger, and we're not going to make the bag to be smaller like that, but it will be vice versa. So while waiting for other people to come in, we're going to cut it together with you. Okay. Please, I want to know where you're watching me from, so that on my next video we're going to shout a loud voice for you and thank you because you're watching our video. Okay, so seeing at the back, I will first of all explain what is happening to those bag before going to cut it out. So seeing the bag is not that kind difficult. You can use this to cut the bag. That's the fiber. You can also use the mako, the one we usually call mako in our language. So seeing at the back, we have the front and the back side of the bag, then the inner one, then the side, then the round body. The base is quite different from the round body. On some of the handbag that you're using, you see that the base is the same thing. It comes together with the round body. But seeing this now is just quite different from that. So the measurements we are going to use on those bags today is we're going to use 9 by 11 inch for the measurement of the main body and the front and the back side for the back. Okay. Then coming to the side of the back, we're going to come to that after cutting the pattern for the main body of the back. We said that we're going to make the back to be somehow big. There's look at it there, and if it is too much, and we're going to reduce it. So I don't want the back to be much big, and I don't want it to be more smaller. So I want to make it to be big and somehow small also. So the measurement we're going to use on the back, okay, we're not going to use 11 inch. Seeing the 11 inch is like it's big, so we're going to use 9 by 10 by 8.5 inch for the back. Then after cutting this, we're still going to, that's 10. Okay, sorry, this is not is 10 by 8.5 inch for the back. Okay, so we're measuring 10 inch the height, and the width of the bag. The height now, that's the length is 10 inch, and the side is 8.5 inch for the back. That will be the front and the back side of the bag. Remember, on the back, the front and the back side of the bag usually be equal on any bag that we are doing. Okay, so the measurement we are using on this one is 10 by 8.5 inch. We are using our ruler and our tape for the measurement of the back. So we'll get the straight line, and the cutout will be equal. Don't want it to be all those zigzag on other back. So we're cutting it this way. Okay. Now this is the one side of the back. That's the front for the back. I told you can use this, and also you can use the macro for the back. The reason why I usually like using this one is just this one usually make the back to be strong, and when placing the back cannot fold it anyhow. But macro, you can fold it, especially the light macro. And sometimes buying the backhoe, you might not notice that that one is the light one. If you are a new on bag making, there are so many types, different types of the backhoe. You have the harder one, the smaller one, and the soft one, and the hard one. But for this one now, this is the fiber that we're using on those bags. And so the measurement, as I told you, is so after marking it this, okay, I will now use this one and curve it from here. I'll curve it small here. It's like this one is too big. I'll use this smaller one. I don't want the curve to be much more bigger. So I'll curve it this way. Then I'll come this side and I'll curve it again here. So now from here I'll cut it. So this is the side of the bag, and it will be two pieces. It will be this way here. It will stop. It will stop here. It will stop. Okay. So after this, the next we are going to cut is the one that will be on top of the bag with the zip of the bag. So what I will do is also to measure out 10" by 2". So I'll measure out 10" by 2". That will be, and it will be two pieces. Let me measure out 10" by 2" measurement here. So with this, I'll mark it. So looking at it, that is too big. I'll reduce it small here. Now let's say 10 by 1.5". Now this is 10 by 1.5". So what I will do now is to go ahead and get this so that I'll use it to cut the remaining side for the back. So now we use it to cut the other side of the back. So this is the for the inner side of the bag. Then the next now I'm going to cut now is the zip side for the bag, and that will be 8. That will be 8 by 1.5" again. That will be 8 by 1.5". So then I'll mark it. Then I'll use this to cut the remaining one. It will be two pieces. So I'll use it to cut the remaining one now. Okay, so after cutting this, the remaining one now will be the handle for the bag. And I told you I'll be using Mako for the handle of this bag. I will not be using this fiber because it's very thick and hard. So I cannot use it for the handle of the bag. So coming here, I will still, repeat myself for the measurement that I used here. This is the back side for the bag. It's 10 by 8.5 inch. And this is the front side for the bag. It's same measurement with this. That's 10 by 8.5 inch. This is the base, and this base is 4 by 10 inch. Okay, this is the side of the bag, and the side of the bag is 7.5, sorry for the pen, by 7.5 by 4 inch, because the base is 4. The side here was so before I carved it, and it will be two pieces. Then coming to the inner side where the zip will be, and measure here this one to be 1.5 inch by 10 inch, because it will be complete with that. And this one is 1.5 inch by 8 inch, and it will also be two pieces. Then coming to the side of the back, this side, I will measure out here, then I will get what I will use to cover here. So we'll not be seeing the dirty aspect of this. So I'll cover it up. So what I will do now, before adding the lining, I'll use the same leather to cover it. So while seeing this, we'll just be seeing the line, the main leather, will not be seeing the lining inside. So what I will do now is just to measure out here. I know the one that will remain is 3 inch. The reason why this side is 4 inch and this side is 3 inch, because I reduced it here. I removed half inch here, and here is half inch. Then I draw a straight line and join here, that is 4 inch. That's why this one is three. The upper side is 3 inch, and this side is 1.5 inch. So the remaining one now, as I told you, is the one that will be here. So I will measure that one out with this here also, and I will not have much stress on that. So I'll just using this small paper here to measure it out. And the measurement that I'll use on this one is 1.5 inch by 3 inch, because of the measurement on that. So this will be 1.5 inch by 3 inch. Okay, so this one is 3 inch here. Yeah, and this side is 3 inch. Then I'll mark it and divide it into two. So I'll add it here. Okay, let me check some so here. Yeah, then I check this also. So I'll number this one. To do now is to, what we're going to do is to cut the. Let's go ahead and do that. And I told you what I'll use for the handle of those bag is I'll be using the marker for the handle. Okay. So this is the marker that I'm going to use for the handle of the bag. So inch for those bag is 1.5 inch that I'm going to use. So let me cut another one again with this to make sure that two of them are equal. So after cutting this will be for the handle back. This will be for the handle of the bag, and the rest will be while making the bag. We're going to So now we're going to cut the leather with us that we're going to use here. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to cut it by giving like half an inch space before cutting anyone. We're going to give like half an inch space here. Okay. Then we'll cut this. Then we'll cut this. Then we'll cut the base for the bag. Then let's cut the hand side of the bag. Then we'll cut then we'll cut this. I'll fold it this way, then I'll use it cutter to cut the side. Then I'll cut this and this also. I will double it on the leather. I will make it to be double on the leather for this one. Okay. Then the same thing applies to this one also here. I will double it also. So the remaining for this smaller side for the back, then this will be here also. Okay, so now remaining for the handle of the bag, I think I'll cut this side. This is for the smaller handle. I will also cut the bigger handle for the bag. And this one, wow. So I'll cut it this way. I'll still cut out this one here. Now I'll fold those back. I'll fold it. So that's why I'm cutting it this way. Then I will do the same thing here. Okay, so the next thing I will do now is to apply gum on this. I will now apply gum on all this one that I've cut it out. All these are the one that I have all cut it out already. So I apply gum on all of them. Then after applying the gum, then hope you are seeing me very well. Then I'm going to go ahead and add it together with it. I'm just applying gum on all of them. On the side of the bag, I also apply gum on it. And I apply gum on this one. Then I'll add on the base side of the bag. That will be on my next one that I'll do. I'll add on the base side of the bag. So I'll fold this, I'll add this on this. Then I'll add on this. Then I'll add on this one also here. This is the base, and I'll add this one. I'll add this one here. I will allow it to cool for some times, then I'll fold it. Then I'll still fold this one.